Y'all really thought I was just some loud kid barking at a screen, huh? Just a meme? Just a joke? Just some dumb streamer screaming into a mic? Man, shut up. You don't know what I've been through. You don't see what goes on when that stream ends. When the lights go off, when the chat's gone quiet. You ain't see me sitting in my room at 2 a.m. looking at my phone like, why am I even doing this? You saw me barking. You saw the rage. The screams, the chaos. You thought I was crazy? Good. Maybe I was. Maybe that's what it takes. You ever been so hurt you had to scream to feel something? That was me. Not for views. Not for clout. Not for fame. Bro, I was screaming because I had no other way to let it out. I ain't had no dad telling me I'm doing good. I ain't had no school saying you're gifted. I had just me and that mic and a dream that nobody understood. He's just loud. He's annoying. He's weird. But guess what? I kept going. I kept showing up. Every day, every night, no matter how tired, no matter how broke. You don't get to call me lucky. You don't get to say he blew up out to nowhere. I bled for this. I cried for this. I screamed for this. And now I'm here. And you still watching. So let me tell you something. If they ever tell you that you're just a meme, good. That means they don't see it yet. Just make sure you see it yourself. You know what's funny? People only see you when you win. Nobody was there when I was grinding on a cracked iPhone with a broken charger. Nobody saw me get clowned in school. Oh, that's that weird kid who barks. Bro, they laughed at me. In my face. Behind my back. Even on my own stream sometimes. Cringe. He's just loud. Bro's never gonna make it. And you know what? That used to hurt. I'd go home after stream and just sit there like maybe they right. Imagine pouring your whole heart into something and the world just calls it a joke. They ain't know what I was battling. They ain't know I was dealing with family stuff, money, stress, not knowing where life was headed. I was just a kid screaming into the dark, hoping somebody heard me. Not for views, for validation. I didn't want clout. I wanted to feel like I wasn't invisible. I feel like I mattered, but people don't care about your heart when it's wrapped in chaos. They don't see the pain, they just see the bark. They ain't know I was crying before I hit go live. They ain't know I was failing in school, feeling like I didn't fit in nowhere. And instead of helping me, they made me a meme. But that's cool, because sometimes being underestimated, that's the best superpower. Every laugh, every diss, every elk they spammed in chat, I took it all, I ate it, and I let it burn. You ever been so disrespected it made you dangerous? That's what they did. They created this version of me. So thank you for doubting me, for trolling me, for calling me just a meme. Cause now, I'm the meme that made millions. I'm the joke that everybody's quoting. I'm the punchline that punched back. You ever wanted something so bad it made you sick? I'm talking no sleep, no backup plan, just pure drive. That's how I was living. That's how I still live. I ain't have fans. I had hope. I streamed when no one was watching. 0 viewers, 0 likes, but I still hit go live. You know how that feels? To scream into a mic and nobody hears you? But I kept talking, kept screaming, kept barking. Because deep down, I knew this ain't just noise. This is survival. You don't become great by being normal, bro. You gotta lose your mind for it. I skipped parties, skipped sleep, skipped everything that didn't have to do with this grind. School, I was failing. Life, I was stressing. But that camera, that stream, that chat box, that was my home. I used to look at these streamers with millions of subs and think, yo, that's gonna be me. Just wait, people thought I was delusional. Bro, I was. You gotta be delusional to chase something this big when you got nothing to stand on. But that's the difference between winners and watchers. Winners risk looking crazy. Watchers just sit back and laugh. Every night I'd plug in that busted mic, open up OBS, and just start. No intro, no plan, just me and that energy. And every night I said the same thing to myself. One day they gon' watch. One day they gon' care. I barked not cause it was funny, but cause it was the only time I felt powerful. I existed, I mattered. You ever scream so loud your chest hurts, but your heart finally feels full? That was me. I was barking through depression. I was dancing through trauma. I was laughing through the pain. And they ain't seen none of it. They just clipped it. They turned it into memes. But while they laughed, I kept going. And they called it cringe. I called it my purpose. I wasn't trying to be perfect. I was trying to survive. My camera would crash midstream, Wi-Fi cutting out. I'd just restart again and again. Because, bro, you don't need perfect conditions. You need obsession. That's what got me here. Obsession. I ain't wait for motivation. I wasn't motivated. I was angry. I was heartbroken. I was desperate. And that energy, that's what built me. You got to understand something. I didn't blow up because I was funny. I blew up because I refused to stop. It didn't matter if I got banned. I made another account. Didn't matter if I got clowned. I clowned myself harder. That's what obsession looks like. You don't care how dumb you look. You just keep going. I remember one time I streamed 12 hours straight. No breaks, no food, just pure chaos. Why? Because I didn't know if I'd get another shot tomorrow. I was acting like every stream was my last. Every moment mattered. I'd scream until my voice cracked. Dance till my legs gave out. Not cause I was trying to go viral, but cause I wanted to feel alive. That's obsession, when the views don't matter. The followers don't matter. All that matters is you and the vision you refuse to let die. So yeah, maybe I am loud, maybe I am crazy. But at least I ain't asleep. At least I ain't numb. I show up. And one day when that first viral clip hit, when the whole internet started barking with me, I knew I was right the whole time. The craziest part? I didn't even know it was gonna blow up. It was just another stream, just me doing my usual wild stuff, screaming, barking, being me. And then boom, one clip, 1 second of me being myself. Viral. I went to sleep with 100 people in chat, woke up with the whole internet screaming my name. Phones blowing up. Group chats sending my video. DMs from people I ain't heard from in years. And I'm sitting there like, yo, is this real? I kept checking my phone like it was a glitch. It felt like the whole world turned around overnight. But what nobody tells you is, when the world finally looks at you, really looks at you, it's not just light. It's heavy pressure. Before, it was just me streaming in my room. Now it's like every time I went live, I had to be on. No off days, no chill. You think going viral is all fun? It ain't. It's like being dropped in the middle of a stadium with 10 million people watching and no script. And they all expect you to scream, to rage, to entertain. What if I don't feel like barking today? What if I just want to sit quiet? What if I'm hurt? Don't matter. You gotta deliver. People started saying stuff like speed fell off just cause I ain't post for a day. Bro, I was a teenager dealing with fame grown men can't handle. I had no manual, no coach, no one telling me how to navigate this. And inside, I was still that same scared kid screaming into the mic trying to survive. Every night, I'd close my eyes and hear the crowd in my head. Speed's a clown. He's fake. He's dangerous. I wanted to scream louder just to drown it out. I started second guessing myself. Every move felt like a test. Should I do this? Should I say that? But then I remembered why I started in the first place. I didn't start to impress people. I started because I didn't want to feel invisible no more. That fire came back. I stopped streaming for trends. I started streaming for that kid inside me who needed to be heard. And that's when the real climb started. Not the numbers, I'm talking to climb out to self-doubt. Out to pain. I built myself brick by brick on a live stream. I healed on camera and the world watched. They watched me cry. They watched me scream. They watched me fall and get back up and fall again. But this time they ain't laugh. This time they felt it. My chat wasn't just a chat, it was family. Every W meant the world to me. Every time y'all spam L, I took it personal, but I learned. That's why this ain't just content. This is connection. This is the realest relationship I ever had me and the people who stuck with me even when I was at my worst. And then Ronaldo, I swear to God, I still feel that moment in my chest. Meeting him, that wasn't a dream come true, that was a dream resurrected. And I've been yelling to you since I had like 12 viewers. I pray for that. I put that energy into the universe every night. And when I finally met him, man, I was gone. I ain't even care how I looked. I was crying, screaming, holding back all the years of pain. That wasn't just a fan moment, that was closure. For every time I thought I'd never be enough. And for every teacher that said you need to focus. For every hater that said speed will fade. That was me telling myself you did it. You turned a meme into a mission. You turned noise into purpose. You turned loneliness into a movement. And y'all know what hit me the most? It wasn't the money. It wasn't the numbers. It was seeing little kids barking on TikTok like me. It was the DM saying, yo, Speed, you saved my life. It was the fan that said, bro, I was about to give up, and then I saw you. I saw how you kept going, and I kept going too. That's when I knew this wasn't about me anymore. I ain't just Speed, I'm the voice for the misunderstood. For the kids who get clowned for being different. For the kids who don't got a dad hyping them up. For the weird ones, the loud ones, the crying ones, the angry ones. I'm here for you. And if I gotta scream every day for the rest of my life to keep you going, bet I'll do it. Because that climb, that wasn't about reaching the top. It was about reaching you. They all think this is a game. You think I got here by accident? You think I just screamed into a mic and somehow ended up a millionaire? You have no idea what it took. Let me tell you something real. This life, this ain't for the soft. This ain't for the quiet ones sitting in the back row, waiting for someone to notice them. This is for the ones who get laughed at and still show up. For the ones who walk into a room and get labeled before they even speak. For the ones who got told, tone it down. Yeah, don't tone nothing down, turn it up. That's what I did. I was the weird kid, the loud one, the too much one. Teachers rolled their eyes at me. Family didn't get me. People thought I was stupid, lost, immature. but they ain't see what I saw. They ain't feel what I felt every time I hit go live. That adrenaline, that fear, that hope, that was real. And I knew that one day the same people who laughed, I would have to watch me win. That's what kept me going. Not clout, not money, the revenge, not the kind where you hurt people. Like the kind where you win so hard, they gotta sit back and say, damn, maybe he wasn't so crazy after all. You wanna know what hurts the most? Being misunderstood. Having fire in your chest and nobody believes in it. Screaming into the void, hoping somebody hears you. That's what I lived through. And I ain't never forget that version of me. I think about him every day. The kid with no followers. The kid crying behind a monitor. The kid that kept hitting go live even when nobody showed up. That kid saved me. And now I scream for him. I win for him. Because when the world turned its back on me, I didn't fold. I got louder. And you know what's wild? They're the same people who said I'd never be nothing. Now they trying to collab. Now they trying to act like they always believed. I see you. But it's too late. I don't need validation no more. I became the validation, you feel me? And this energy, this mindset, this grind is built from pain. Every L you ever took, pack it. Build from it. I took every insult, every ban, every moment of silence and turned it into fuel. When the lights went off and the mic muted and the world got quiet, I still believed in me. And now, I got kids dressing like me for Halloween. People doing my dances, quoting my lines, screaming to you because I made it cool. That ain't just clout. That's impact. You gotta understand something. This ain't about barking. It's about breaking the pattern. If your dad ain't show up for yourself. If your teachers doubted you, teach yourself how to fight back. If the world says you ain't worth nothing, I prove him wrong. Not with words, with results. I ain't respond to hate. I responded with numbers, with views, with trophies, with impact. You think I ain't still hurt? I am. I still deal with demons. Still got days where I want to quit. Still got moments where the noise in my head is louder than the chat. But I keep showing up. Because I remember what it felt like to have nobody. And I'll be damned if I let anybody else feel that alone and not speak to them. So, yeah, maybe I'm loud. Maybe I'm unfiltered. Maybe I'm too much. But at least I'm real. And if being real makes you uncomfortable, that's your problem. I ain't changing to make people like me. I changed to make sure I never hated myself again. So here's what I want from you. I want you to chase that crazy dream. The one you're scared to even say out loud. And I want you to scream like nobody's listening. I want you to dance even when they laugh. I want you to fail. Yeah, I said it, fail. Over and over again. Because failure ain't the opposite of success. It's the cost. And I paid in full. Every stream where I looked stupid. Every moment where I got banned. Every tear I dropped off camera. It built this. And now, I ain't stopping. I'm building something bigger than fame. I'm building legacy. And you can too. Just stop waiting for permission. Stop begging to be accepted. Stop playing small to make other people comfortable. You either step up or get stepped on. You either become the storm or get soaked. And you either speed up or shut up. You ever just sit there and wonder why the world never believed in you? Because I did, a lot. I was the mean bro. I had the loud kid with no plan. The joke of the internet. I was the dude screaming while everybody laughed. But I ain't laughed with them. I felt every joke in my chest. Every L, every cringe, every what is he even doing? And I took it. I let it burn. And people think barking was a gimmick. Nah. Barking was survival. I was barking to remind myself I'm alive. Ag barking because I ain't had the words to say I'm hurt. You ever scream and nobody hears you? That's how I lived. But I kept going. When nobody watched, I streamed. When nobody clapped, I danced. When nobody believed, I screamed louder. I didn't wait for approval. I built my own platform. And now they call me the GOAT. Funny how that works, huh? The same people that said he'll fall off, still watching, still commenting, still trying to figure out how I did it. I'll tell you how I never folded, even when my heart was breaking, even when I got banned, even when my own mind was telling me to quit. I ain't stopped because I remember that kid in his room screaming into a mic with 0 people watching. He needed me to keep going, so I did. And now I see fans wearing my shirts. Kids yelling IShowSpeed in the streets. Even the haters bark now. That's legacy. That's impact. That's what happens when you take pain and turn it into fuel. So if you're out there right now working, walking, struggling, hear me? Don't stop. Don't shrink. Don't fold. You're not crazy. You're just early. Keep screaming. Keep fighting. Keep building even when they laugh. One day they won't laugh. They'll study you. They'll try to be you. They'll tell people I knew you before the world did. And when that day comes, I want you to remember something. They said I was just a meme. Now I'm the voice. Now I'm the proof. Now I'm the reminder that no matter how loud they doubt you, you keep going. Because you either speed up or shut up.